Hello everyone and welcome back to another Australian Minecraft Locomotive tutorial. Today's video is going to be on the CSR class, and this particular model is an SCT Logistics livery. This locomotive type is also operated by QBE in New South Wales, but we're going to be using it in CSR livery because that's what's used in South Australia, obviously. So today's video was requested by Conrod Rail Fanning, who's a local rail fan, it seems, of Adelaide. So yeah, we're going to be doing this. This locomotive is 31 blocks long, 7 blocks high, 5 blocks wide. It sits on a track like this, and it is roughly built to a scale of 1.5. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. As all good locomotive tutorials start, we're going to be starting with the underframe. So to start with, we're obviously going to need the bogies. So you're going to want your grey concrete hoppers, stone brick walls, and andesite slabs, and that's going to be the basis. So I'm going to come over here to the track we're going to be building on today. We're going to put grey concrete right on the tracks like that. 2 blocks, next one, and 2 blocks, next one. Obviously this locomotive, as with all good modern freight locomotives, is a Coco low type, so that's 6 wheels on each bogie, which is obviously how most modern freight locomotives operate. Then we're going to put the hoppers on all the grey concrete, and then we're going to come along with stone brick walls like this. It is a very simple bogie, but that is what I think makes it quite a good design. So next we're going to get our stone, then we're going to become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 blocks back from here, and we're going to repeat. So that is the first 2 bogies done. That's quite simply the underframe. So next we're going to be wanting to come over here, take this one off, and we're going to start building the base of our locomotives. So we are going to be using World Edit. You obviously don't have to do this. This just speeds up the process, as with the last video, and then we can set that to stone. So that is quite simply the frame. So now we're going to work on the fuel tank, which is going to be made of stone brick slabs and andesite slabs like this. So we're going to put one of those in each corner, and then in the middle is where the fuel tank's going to go. So this will sit on rails like this, and then we can get our stone bricks, and we can drag them along like this, and they sit basically right on top of the rails, but because they're end wheels they don't technically touch them like that, which I don't mind if my locomotive designs don't touch rails, or touch rails rather. I think that's an okay trade-off, but I have seen a lot of designs of people who prefer that not to happen. So yeah, that's the base of the locomotive, and then we're going to start working on, well, technically where the livery is. So we're going to need red nether brick slabs for this, and we're going to drag this all the way along each side. At this stage, it's best to check whether you've got the correct measurements of your locomotive. So that is going to be 29. So that is correct, I do believe. Yep. So just make sure it's 29 plus 2 for 31, which is where the front of the locomotive is going to go off. Now the next thing we are going to work on is going to be the cab. So we can start off by getting our red nether brick stairs, our nether brick slab, and our red nether bricks, obviously. And then right onto the tracks like that are going to sit our red nether brick, and then this is obviously what you might call a cow catcher. I don't remember the proper technical term for it in Australia at the moment, but that is where that goes. So that is the front. Now we can come along here and we can start working on where these are going to be. So these, let's check I've got this right. Yeah, these have to be 3 blocks either side. That's starting the livery. but that doesn't continue straight to the front, as you'll be able to see if you look up pictures of a real CSR class rather. So we want to put 2 blocks high of smooth quartz like that, and bring them across the top of the red brick like that. And now we want to take our red nether brick stairs, put them along too like that. Then our red nether brick slabs, 2 along like that. And then we can cap it off right at the end there. And obviously we'll put the quartz behind there to create a unified, or make sure there isn't any holes in the design. So that is what that's going to look like. That helps create that bit of a slope you'll be able to see on SCT liveries on the CSR class. And now for the cab itself, we're going to need polished black stone brick slabs, we're going to need black stained glass, we're going to need iron trapdoors, we're going to need smooth quartz slabs. So first we want to have the bricks or the black stone slabs along like this. And do pardon me, because I have forgotten the black concrete, which goes in the middle and divides them up like that. And then at the top we can come along like this, yep, and start working on what the roof is going to be. So that is basically the front of the locomotive. We'll have iron trapdoors along here like that, just adds a bit more texture really. Doesn't serve a huge purpose. And then we can come along the side with our smooth quartz blocks and build, and build them up. Oh no, we're not doing that yet, no. I'm confused. So bring them back to like that, to up. And then we have our slabs, we take them along like this. So we technically have a gap of just 1, but it is across both these blocks like that, which just helps create the correct profile along the side. So then we want to have just plain white banners to try and block off and create a proper window along here like that. We get our smooth quartz and just build it up like that. So that is the cab of the locomotive. In comparison to the previous locomotive, it is a lot easier. So next we want to get our black stone slabs and start working on the roof line. Black stone slabs along the edge, and then full just black stone through the center creates the curved roof the SCT class is recognizable for. Next, obviously we can just duplicate this on the other side of the locomotive. We can use World Edit, of course. World Edit is a very simple mod to learn, really. It is not too complicated. And simple as that. We now have our cab on both ends of the locomotive. Next we can go fill each of these sides in with smooth quartz. And then we want to extend the roof line. These black stone slabs have been really amazing for building locomotives, honestly, since 1.16 came out, because they have really allowed the ability to use slabs and stairs in locomotive designs, which, although helps with diesels, is absolutely game changing for steam locomotives, I can tell you that much. So that is a very plain looking CSR class of SCT logistics. That's not what that one quite looks like just yet, but we are about to get to that. Okay, well the first part of the next step is to get our acacia wood, which will start right after the red nether brick slabs end, and they will go straight up like this. This creates, in real life, what I believe is the radiator or some exhaust of some sort, which it's quite distinctive on the locomotive itself, and it is very recognizable. So you just want to have this on both sides like this. So you can see how it looks like that. And next we want to build the other vents which the locomotive does have. So we want to come one space from here different than the other one, and we just want to put our smooth port stairs like that. In real life, you can see in photos this isn't really how it works, because the name of SCT goes across this vent which stretches basically all the way along here, but in Minecraft that isn't as realistic to do because we can't really do that. So next we want to add where the door is. On this class of locomotive, the door isn't as visible as a lot of other ones. There isn't a window for the door, and the door isn't inset, so we can't show that. So to the best of our ability, we show iron bars and a stone button like that. So this is repeated on all sides. So they go 4 down and stone button. Oh no, I stuffed up. I did make a mistake here. Iron bars are great fun. So now we have that along the sides of our locomotive. It's starting to come together. Or you may be notice something is missing, and that is, of course, is the SCT Logistics logo. Now, these letters are pretty easy to Google yourself, so I'm not going to do a little explainer anyway, because these are just any letters you want to do. There are different ways to do letters on Minecraft and banners, but safe to say, red text and white background is the way to do it. So, pretty simple. SCT, 3 letters, it fits well on the 5 wide front, and then you want to find the middle of this bit, so that should be 5 either side like that, so you know that's where the C will go. But before we do that, we want to get our polished black stone slabs, and we want to make sure we have quartz, and we want to create an outline like so. It will need to be, and that will be like this as shown. So that, and then we put our banners along here like that. So that just creates kind of the thing. It is visible in the logo itself, and then we want to do the same thing on this side. We want to find the middle, which is there. So that's where our C will go, and you can see in the back. And from here it is easy to cover up that with quartz, and we can bring it along this side, and then have our polished black stone in like that. We know where our center point is, and we have S. Nope. We have S, C, T. Obviously it does look a bit small, but we are working with the constraints of a game based around 1x1 blocks, so we try our best. And then this end we can have SCT once again. So we are also missing our headlights and our couplers, so we'll get to those as well. So we want to have on, you can go to minecraftheads.com and find these yourself. They are pretty simple. All you need to do is give yourself a command block as explained well on the site. So you want to have traffic light red, traffic light off, and traffic light yellow. So we'll have our main headlight up here. We'll have our 2 running lights down there like that. In real life those alternate. You can have them set to on if you'd like, but we will not. So just like that. And then at the rear of the locomotive, if you're coupling up to other locos or carriages, you obviously don't need to have them at the back or being illuminated at the back, but if the light engine running, that is how we do it. So that is, we're almost there. So next we want to get some diorite, and we want to get some just regular block of quartz, and we want to start mixing it in like this. So we just want to create a bit of dirtying around the locomotive. Don't be afraid to show that your locomotive has been working hard and hasn't received some care. Then you can use block of quartz. Next bit, we want to get our buttons, and we want to put them up here like that, which represents the running, and then we can have them down here like that, which represents kind of some other greebling. Then we can have some along here, is representing the vents, down here again, and up here for running, for the running name or the class name. Then we can have that like that, as shown, and that is it basically. Oh wait, no it's not, because we haven't added the vents yet. So what you want to do, in the center, add a hole, come 3 along, add a hole, 3 along, add a hole. Then you want to get, fire. You want to get a campfire, and although it is not its intended usage by far, it can pretty effectively be used to create a bit of exhaust vent. Obviously the use cases for this would change depending on where your locomotive is being placed, if it's running, if it's in a yard, if it's in storage. It all depends on if you want to have these or not. But yep, you can see that creates a bit more atmosphere in your Minecraft world. And we also want to greeble up our roof a bit, create a bit of variety, and we can do the same for the slabs. How much detail you put into this depends on how old your locomotive is, how much you care about this kind of stuff, and how much effort you want to put in. I think it is worth it because Minecraft blocks are pretty repetitive. So that is the SCT class. So pause on your screen now if you want to make sure you've got everything. And here is the back. Here is the side. And here is the locomotive's front. There are a few extra things you can do that I briefly forgot, is adding a stair down there. Which just creates a bit more variety, I guess. Obviously, this locomotive doesn't have a capital. Feel free to add your own. I don't feel it's worth adding cabs to these normally because there isn't much utility and you can't go inside them, but obviously pretty easy to add one if you want to. So that is the CSR class of locomotive. My current plan is that I will probably make at least 1 or 2 more South Australian or transport content videos, and then I'll make a rolling stock video, and then I will make another train suggestion if someone wants to make one, or I will do the SCT or Class 800, which are the other ones that I have requested but I haven't done yet. So I'm quite happy with this build. I think it is quite realistic, and I do think it is quite a simple one to do. So that will be all from me today, and thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, etc, etc. Thanks for making it to the end of the video, and thanks to SCT for having cool trains and nice liveries.